So to begin with DMart, it was founded by Radhakrishnan Damani. He's the owner of DMart. Now we know why D stands for DMart. DMart stands for Damani Mart. So it is owned by Radhakrishnan Damani. It was founded in 2002 by Radhakrishnan Damani. It is branded under Avenue Supermarkets. So DMart is branded under Avenue Supermarkets. There are two types of DMart, DMart and DMart Ready. DMart Ready is a fast delivery store. It is spread across 11 states and one union territory. So when DMart was released in the Indian Stock Exchange, during its IPO, it returned around 114% of its IPO when it was listed in IPO. So excuse me, sir, I'm facing something. Yeah. So in financial year 2014 and 15, when it initially started, so it made a profits around 211 crores comparing to Reliance, which made 159 crores, and Future Groups, which owns Big Bazaar and other fashion stores, and with Food Bazaar grocery store, it made around 153 crores. Comparing DMart made a most profit that year. In recent to note its recent success in financial year 2020, it made a profit around 1,349 crores. So comparing to other companies, it made a really good profit. So as we know that in recent news, we heard DMart has become 2 trillion company. It is one of the first companies, retail companies, to make 2 trillion in 2021. I found the resource in Hindustan Times. So let's see the business strategies, what they do. So to begin with, the business strategy, business model. So let's start with the product mix. So product mix, they consist of food, non-food, general merchandise, apparel, and daily products. So they have set their agendas to sell these kind of products, especially for the lower middle class, as the India's population mostly into the lower middle class in the majority. So why do they do this? So because they want to maintain a consistent sales in order to make in order to have a loyal customer. And usually when we move around malls, and usually some people go to just leisure around, but DMart is not like that. They don't decorate their interiors and all. It's very customer oriented. So I will explain in the future in the coming slides. So DMart has also tied up with the local regional commodities. Like I'll give you an example. Like in Mangalore, Mangaluru, they have coupled with a brand called Ideal Ice Cream. So which is very famous in in and around Mangalore. So what happens is people not only find their products in local stores, also in DMart. This also favors DMart to have a head-to-head competition with the local stores too. And the second important thing what I've done is the brick and mortar store. To explain this, what they do is DMart has opened, has whatever stores DMart opens, most of the stores are owned by DMart. So what happens is DMart is not only a retail company, it is also a real estate company, as their value also increases. The land value what they have bought is also increases. This saves a huge I said most of this one because some of the retail stores are rented for 30 years lease. They're leased for 30 years. So the total land owned by DMart is about 23 billion, and remaining are 90%, and remaining are leased. This helps them to save a huge amount of money in paying rents in a long run. In long terms, they save this money to invest in invest in the future stores. What happens is one must think, initially initially what happens is DMart opened a store in 2002, so they made enough money to open a second store. Initially the growth is very slow, but as more number of store open, it's very exponential. This is about the brick and mortar strategy. So they have we'll go to the third strategy is like strategy of location and designs. So DMart is mostly popular in second tier and third tier cities like Bangalore, Mangalore, and other cities in Pune too. So I'll explain you about the design. When as you can see the stores. No, DMart. You can see the first picture. It is very quite simple. It is not like other stores. They save a lot of money because usually people if people I'll give an example like when people go to the mall, most of the people go to leisure, but DMart store doesn't want them to leisure around. They want to buy the products. They want to make enough sales. So what happens is they don't decorate the area. They make it very simple. You usually don't find people who can guide you to what you have to buy. There is only a payment section and the sales section. What happens is that they make cost cutting like decorations, staff, and other things. They keep their location in such a place that where most of the city people go to place. Relationship. The third one is the relationship with the suppliers. Okay. Usually, DMart clears its credit payments on 11th day itself as max to max. They usually buy credit payments and they clear the credits before 15 days. This helps them to get discounts on their products. What happens is usually when the DMart is quite popular in metro cities, so manufacturers want their products to be on DMart. This is an advantage for DMart. So what DMart does it is like they negotiate with the manufacturers directly, and they can get the product on discount. Suppose the MRP is 10 rupees, they can get the product at 7 rupees or 6 rupees. Usually the local stores cannot afford it to, and usually the products are sold so bulkily, like whenever you buy a product in DMart, what happens is they don't send a single product. They sell like buy three get one. Usually they sell in volumes. This helps the manufacturer to sell their products in volumes, and also want people to they want the brand value to increase. So DMart manufacturer has to pay some money to DMart so that they can keep their products in DMart. This is called a slotting fee. DMart has used a strategy to create discounts in their products. So the fourth strategy, discounted products. Usually DMart sells about 10% MRP without any season offers and all usually. And when seasons are there, they do more kind of offers. So they save money. How do they sell the products in discount compared to other prices, other companies? What they do is usually in DMart has a business strategy is very strong. So what they do is they get discounts from the manufacturer itself. That's from the slotting fee. Manufacturer pays amount, so they make profits out of the manufacturers also. And products are sold in volumes. So example, I'll take example of a Maggie. So when Maggie is sold in DMart, what happens is uh, uh, what happens is Maggie is sold in volumes, like 4-5 Maggies a pack. So what happens is the Nestle makes profit on 5 Maggies, and DMart also gives a discount to the customer. This also develops the customer loyalty towards DMart. And talking about interior, it is not very well. They don't have very good lightings. People don't roam around to view around. Usually in malls and all, they avoid a lot of malls. DMart is only brick and mortar company, so they make a lot of discounts comparing to the other companies, and also they make a lot of profits to comparing to Reliance and all. So what they do with the profit is they invest in lands and buy and make another store, and the whole building cost itself is from DMart. So as the time increases, as time proceeds, the land value also increases. So that's why I say it's not only a real estate company, it is also it is not only a retail company, it's also a real estate company. In closing, so I want to conclude that the strategy is just because of Damani. He's an investor in stock market. It is his mindset why DMart is so successful. So Damani is not an instantaneous investment. DMart is a long. He has invested DMart in such a way that the value of the company increases as the time moves on. So value can say that customer loyalty also is a value. Real estate also is a value, and they have a lot of customer loyalty.